Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to your weekly Gacha recap, a video series where I go over the latest news, pre-registrations, test phases, new releases, juicy drama, shutdowns, everything that happened in the Gacha genre over the course of the last week in one easy to digest format. Hey, I have a brand new channel called Stix News. We're going to be covering a large selection of Gacha games, not replacing this channel specifically, but covering a broader spectrum of the genre, keeping you guys up to date with things that you might not necessarily know are happening in Gacha games that aren't being covered by major YouTubers. These are going to be shorter, more easily digestible. Go ahead, subscribe to that new channel right now. That way you remain up to date with everything going on. Once again, this is not going to replace this channel. It's going to be a little spin-off with shorter, more easily digestible videos. And we have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Tribe 9 has officially launched as of February 18th, 2025. It has hit mixed reviews. 48% of these reviews are positive, which is not a good sign. I've not played this yet, but I've heard a lot of what's going on. People are very unhappy, and the devs themselves noted that they are going to be making specific alterations to the game in an active effort to appease the masses. In a move that I think very few people actually saw coming, Aether Gazer announced that they are going to be undergoing a publisher and operation change. We are the Aether Gazer Global Operation Team. Thank you for your long-term support and love for Aether Gazer. It's been an honor to walk alongside you for nearly 2 years, and today we'd like to share some important news about the game with you. After thorough and friendly negotiations between Yoastar and Yangshi, it has been confirmed that starting from April 21st, Aether Gazer will be published, operated, and managed by Yangshi Network instead of Yoastar. I don't even really know what Yangshi publishes. According to the Aether Gazer subreddit, they are in the process of developing 3 different games. This is something I'm probably gonna have to delve a little bit deeper into. Crystal of Atlan has officially began its precursor test. It started on February 18th and it runs through March 5th. Now, I've been on vacation up until today as of recording this video, and I've not had the chance to stream this yet, or the numerous games that I've released over the course of the last several days, but I will be today, a few hours from when this video goes live, so come on over, join me, see if it's worth playing. Speaking of test phases, new releases, games that could potentially be worth playing, Duet Night Abyss announced and is holding their very first global closed beta test. It started on the 20th of February, and I am actually very excited to play this. I love the technical tests. I know a lot of changes have been made. I know that there are some people that are actually not happy with this iteration of the game, and I'm curious to test why that is. They've been saying it's boring. It doesn't feel like it could compete with Warframe, and honestly, how could it? This is a gacha game. It's like saying and expecting a game like Wuthering Waves or Punishing Graven to compete with something like a full-fledged Devil May Cry game, or Genshin Impact to compete with a brand new Zelda game. They're gacha games that are also mobile cross-platform compatible, which means they're not going to compete with games that are console exclusives or PC console cross-platform. I'm curious to get a proper gauge for myself though and see whether this criticism is valid. Join me today to find out. Roco Kingdom has officially confirmed that their newest and I believe final test phase for the game has opened recruitment. It began on February 20th. I do not know when it is going to end, but this is, or that at least looks like it'll be a very fun creature collection gacha that I've been excited for a little while now. The Tale of Food Service Closure Notice. This one actually caught me by surprise because the Tale of Food, I think this was like a reverse harem gacha that launched like a year ago, 2 years ago. Either way, thank you for your long-standing love and support for the Tale of Food. We're truly grateful to meet all of you in this exploration of Chinese food cultures. Your enthusiasm and appreciation for the game have been a continuous source of inspiration for our team. We are officially ceasing service on March 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. This is sad to see because from what I've heard, which has been very little, there hasn't really been any issue with the game. Nobody really hated it. It was never in any drama. But I mean, that could have just been because the game wasn't popular in any capacity, and by extension of it being unpopular, shut down. In other news, Zenless Zone Zero, according to the Zenless Zone Zero subreddit, we're working hard on the project of this new camp. After completing the final design of the 3 idols, we plan to introduce them to everyone by building real virtual idols. At that time, the young idols will personally participate in a live broadcast of Jueku Zero. I don't know if that's Zenless Zone Zero. And we will also launch more related projects such as the role songs around them. We're confident that the young idols will welcome everyone in the best condition. This is a very interesting confirmation. New virtual idols. I mean, if this is already becoming a heavily Coomer game, this is only gonna make it so much worse. Like, not even in a bad way, in a very interesting way. I'm curious to see how this develops. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Tower Fantasy has announced that they are going to be censoring characters and outfits, visual assets. There have been a number of threads made over on Reddit concerning this. I'm gonna delve deeper into this in an actual dedicated video, but I mean, I feel like the direction of Tower Fantasy over the course of the last year has been heavily degenerate, so I'm not sure how players are necessarily going to respond to this. But in more positive news, Perfect World released a Q&A for Tower Fantasy, where they went on to confirm we're going to be getting a free SSR selector, how they plan on kind of synchronizing global and China, how they're going to allow for full crossplay between PC, mobile, and PlayStation now that they are the sole publisher for all versions of the game, and how they somehow claim 10 years of support for global, which is a very bold claim to make. And I see they're actually using the uncensored version of the characters for this announcement, even though the censored version of the characters, from what I saw, were definitely not as revealing as these characters are. So that's definitely a little interesting. And the characters of immediate note from 4.0, one of the newest characters right here. So I'm curious to go through this large Q&A with everyone today on stream. Girls Frontline 2 confirmed their newest global character, Centaurisi. I do not know how to pronounce this girl's name. She is a support maid who is, dude, goddamn, I've been waiting for her. I can't believe they're releasing her as soon as they are. But this character is absolutely flawless in every single way. Netmarble announced that they are halting development of Demis Reborn and instead focusing their efforts on the 7 Deadly Sins Origin. Demis Reborn was actually a beautiful turn-based gacha game. So this is actually an interesting development, because I feel like the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross has largely become a meme. There aren't even really many people that are interested in the game anymore, but Demis Reborn, that right there might have, or at the very least, had the potential to be a hit. A sleeper hit, granted, but a hit. Mecharashi has now opened pre-registration across every single platform. Wow. Mobile, PC, and Steam. For those of you that are interested, this is coming sooner than I thought it was gonna be. Nikke hit #1 in the App Store once again. This is far too common for Nikke. I feel like at least once a month they hit #1 in the App Store, and you know what? We get 10 pull after 10 pull. Not a standard 10 pull. No, this is an advanced recruitment voucher. This allows us to do a limited 10 pull. Yep. As always, shift up with Nikke, showing us how it's done, boys. Punishing Grey Raven confirmed on the 20th of February that the game had gone down for maintenance, and the newest version, as of February 20th, Soaring Beyond, had begun. Oh my god, and the artwork for this is absolutely, I know you can't see it, but if I turn like this right here, you can definitely see what's important. Yeah, you can. And finally, Wuthering Waves previewed their newest Resonator, Cantarella. And oh my god, is my Twitter blown the fuck up with leaks of her. Not that I've looked at any, but you know, shit, Cantarella is a very impressive character that I am very strongly looking forward to falling for, based off of solely off of her character model. And that is everything that happened in the Gacha genre over the course of the last week. You're now up to date. You're welcome. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna wanna.